Hey everybody! In this video, I'm going to go over how to pick and pack your orders at 10x speed with zero mistakes. So if pick and pack is something that you and your team has been struggling with, and you're looking for a better, faster way to pick and pack your orders while ensuring that the buyer gets the right item every time, basically without zero mistakes, this episode is for you. So put everything aside, give me your full attention for the next 20 minutes, and let's get into it. All right, pick and pack at 10x speed with zero mistakes. What is it? How does it work? Is it even possible? I'll answer all those questions in this episode. Okay? So first I'll go over the SellerChamp pick and pack process. I'll walk you through it so that make sure that you have a good understanding of the process. And then once we've done that, then I'll log into SellerChamp.com and walk you through the software step by step. So for this episode, we're going to assume an example. We'll assume that we have 100 orders to ship with 3 shippers who are going to be shipping out those 100 orders. Okay? Before we get into the process, I want to just give you a layout of what the warehouse looks like. Your warehouse layout probably looks similar to this. It may not be exact same, but I'm sure it's pretty similar. So let's see what it looks like. So here's what our warehouse layout looks like. Our warehouse is basically divided up into different aisles, and we have labeled each of the aisles. So A, B, C, D, and so forth. Okay, and then within each aisle, we've further divided those up into sections. So we've got these different sections, A1, A2, A3, A4, and so forth. And within each section, we've got shelves, and then we've created slots within those shelves and labeled them as bin 1, bin 2, bin 3, and so forth. Now, how wide or narrow you go here, it completely depends up to you and your items that you're storing. So, for instance, if you're selling, let's say, bicycles, then in that case, you will not have bin 1, bin 2, bin 3, right? You probably are going to store your items, your bicycles directly in a specific section, let's say A1. And if, on the other hand, let's say you're selling cell phones, in this case, you will have shelves within each of these sections with slots, and then those slots will also be divided up into bin 1, bin 2, bin 3, and bin 4, and so forth. So that's a basic layout of how the warehouse is organized. Again, yours may be different, but it needs to follow a similar structure. More specifically, every SKU needs a specific location. Okay, that's important. So when you're scanning your items into SellerChamp during initial listing, or even after the fact when you're assigning quantities to your items, you want to make sure that you identified a location. You assigned a location inside SellerChamp to each of your items. Okay. Your locations may not look like this, A1-bin 1, but whatever they are, as long as they're unique and as long as each SKU is identified to a location, you're good to go. Okay, so with that, now let's look at what a good pick and pack process looks like. What should it look like ideally? How should a good pick and pack process work? There are certain objectives that you want to make sure that your pick and pack process meets. So first, let's look at what those objectives are. Okay, the first one is that our shippers should be able to pick items without running into each other. Basically, you want to make sure that when you are divvying up the orders and you're saying, hey, shipper 1, these are the orders I want you to ship. Shipper 2, these are the orders I want you to ship. You are doing it in a way such that those orders are for separate warehouse locations so that they're not both running into each other by picking orders from the same location. That's the first objective. The second is that you want to be able to pick multiple orders at the same time. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to take a look at your orders that have come in, look at the first order, go to the warehouse, grab the items for that first order, pack it, ship it, then move to the second order, run back into the warehouse, grab the items for that second order, come back, pack it, ship it, and repeat that process. That is literally the most inefficient way of doing pick and pack. So that's not what you want to be doing. What you want to be doing is you want to be able to go to the warehouse and grab and be able to pick multiple items. In other words, you want to make sure that you are visiting each warehouse location only once. So for instance, let's say I have 10 orders for an item that's located in A1-B1, say, I want to make sure that I go to A1-bin1 and grab 10 items because I have 10 orders that I need to ship out for that specific product. So I want to grab all those 10 items at the same time. Okay. So I want to visit each warehouse location only once. That is one of the objectives. Make sense? The other thing is that picked items should be sorted into their respective orders. So don't double sort. So what this means is that when I am out there picking my items, I want to be able to store them in a way that doesn't require me to go back and figure out which item goes with which order. So when I go to that location A1 bin 1 and I grab those 10 items and I put them somewhere, I want to be able to put them in a way that doesn't require me to go back in and sort them out again. It's like, oh, this one goes with this order, this one goes with this order. No, you don't want to do that. As you're picking your items, you should also be slotting them or storing them in however you're storing them. But you want to be able to store them in a way that doesn't require resorting them. Okay, and in a minute you'll see what this means. As we get into our process, you'll understand what this means and how it works. The other is you want to be able to easily verify that you are sending the right items with the right quantities for the right order. Okay, so just before packing, there needs to be some sort of verification that you can run to make sure you haven't accidentally picked the wrong item for an order, that all your orders have the right items with the right quantities. Okay. And number 6 is you want to bulk print your shipping labels and your pack slips. It takes too long to print a single shipping label and then go and find the order and then slap the shipping label on it and then print the next shipping label. It takes too long. You want to be able to bulk print them so that you can quickly label your items, quickly verify, label your items, and ship them out. Okay, those are the objectives. Like that's what a good pick and pack process should look like. Okay, those are the objectives. Now let's look at how that process works in SellerChamp. So the process. This is the SellerChamp process. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to group our orders into multiple pick sets. So with us, for this particular example, we have 3 shippers, right? So we're going to group our orders into 3 pick sets. Pick set 1, pick set 2, and pick set 3. So for instance, this is what a pick set looks like. A pick set has the SKUs, the quantities that need to be picked for those SKUs, and the locations of where those items are located. Okay, so this is pick set 1 for shipper 1. This will go to shipper 1. Okay, this is for shipper 1. It has all the items in A and B. Okay, so the other thing about pick sets is that pick sets should contain items that are close to each other, so neighboring locations. Okay, so locations A and B is what this pick set has. This will go to shipper 2, shipper 1. Shipper 2 has all the items located in C and D. So this is shipper 2. This meets our objective, which is that the shippers should not run into each other when they're picking items. Because they're in separate locations, they will not run into each other anymore. Okay? And same thing with shipper 3. He has items that are located in E and F. So you see how this nicely segregates the orders so that the shippers can pick them. And the other thing this does is it gives them a list of SKUs to pick and the total quantity to pick for that particular SKU and where it's located. Okay, so that's the first thing we'll do, is we'll create these pick sets. Second thing is that, which we've already went over right now, is the orders with neighboring locations should go into the same pick set. Okay, so that you are efficiently picking items that are close to each other, so you're not running all over the place when picking your orders. Second thing is, as you are picking items, you are putting them in specific totes or boxes. So you're not just throwing, like, you're not just going to A1 bin 1, picking 5 of them and then just throwing them into a box. No, that's not what you're doing. You are putting those 5 items into specific locations, like 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, based on the orders for those items. Okay, so you're putting them into specific totes or boxes, and that's what. Let me show you what that looks like. So when your shippers are picking items, they're gonna take. This is a rolling cart. Okay, it doesn't look like one, but that's what it is. This is a rolling cart. Okay, so this rolling cart has different slots where you put boxes or totes. Tote 1, tote 2, tote 3, tote 4, tote 5. If you don't have totes, pre-assigned totes, that's okay. Just take brown boxes and put number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 on them. And that's completely okay. That's going to work just fine. In fact, it may even work better. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So just take brown boxes and just with a marker, just write down 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Okay, put those boxes in the rolling cart. So now you've got a rolling cart with boxes that are all numbered. Your pick set that I went over here, I left out one piece of detail. Okay, that detail is that in the pick set, while it's telling you that pick 5 quantities of SKU S123 from location A1 bin 1, it will also tell you which tote to put it in. So it's actually telling you that, hey, when you pick 5 quantity of S123 from A1-bin 1, put 2 of them in tote 1, 1 of them in tote 2, and 2 of them in tote 5. Okay, it is actually telling you where to put these items. So here's the magic, right? When you do that, you are actually putting the right item for the right order. So you are pre-sorting as well. You are sorting the items as well into the right boxes. So this box actually belongs to a specific order. Each of these boxes are for specific orders. So when you're done picking, you're also done putting the right item into the right box, which belongs to a specific order. So now you've picked all your items, and they all belong in different brown boxes or totes, whichever you're using. Okay. The only thing left to do now is to bulk print our shipping labels. And now here's the thing. Your shipping labels will be sorted by tote numbers. So when you bulk print your shipping labels, guess what? They will be printed out, print in the order of the totes that they are for. The shipping label for tote 1 will print first. Shipping label for tote 2 will print second, and so forth. Not only that, but your shipping label will have a number on it that will indicate the tote to which it belongs. So once your shipping labels print, you can easily just look and see, oh, it says a 2. This is for tote number 2. Okay. So at this point, you've picked all your items. They're sitting in different boxes or totes. All your shipping labels have printed already. All you have to do now is take the right shipping label, look at the tote number, slap it on the box, and you're done. But there's one step just before packing and shipping, putting the label on the box, which is verification. So just before you pack the item, you'll just go through. So you just go through and you scan the order and you scan the items that are in the box for verification. That will tell you that yes, you have scanned, you have picked the right items for the right order, and avoid any mistakes whatsoever. So just before I take this box here, tote number 1, and I take the shipping label for it, which will be the first one, right? And just before I tape the box, I will scan the order. I will scan each of the items in this tote on my verification screen. And if that passes, if I've scanned the right items for that specific order, I'll hear a success beep, and it'll say verification passed. Now I'm ready to take that shipping label and pack up this box and paste the shipping label on it and ship it out. Does that make sense? So that's how the entire process works. Okay. So you group your items. So just to recap how this works. You group your items into multiple pick sets, 1 pick set per shipper. Your pick sets will be organized such that all the orders with neighboring locations will be on that pick set, on the same pick set. Okay. As you're picking the items, you will assign them to the right totes, and the pick set will tell you what tote the item goes in. Okay. So now you've also picked your items and put them in the right boxes. So you've already done with that. Now you built bulk printer shipping labels, and your shipping labels will have tote numbers on so you know which shipping label goes with which box or tote. Just before packing, you scan the order, you scan the items in the box, and to make sure that it's verified, and then you ship. Done. Simple. That's all it is. Okay. That's what a good pick and pack process looks like. All right. So now that we've looked at the pick and pack process and gotten a good understanding of what a good pick and pack process looks like, now let's hop on to SellerChamp.com and look at how to do pick and pack using the SellerChamp software. All right, so this is my test system where I generated a few test orders. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 test orders ready to be shipped out. Before we get into the pick and pack process and start shipping out these orders, I want to go over a few settings first that you need to have in place for everything to work properly. So let's take a look at that. You want to click on the user icon on the top right, go into settings, account setup, click on labels. And this is for your shipping labels. So on your shipping labels, you can have up to 3 dynamic messages where, whatever tag you use, it will put that value there on the label. So you can have up to 2. These print on the shipping label on the bottom right of the label. So in this case, one thing you definitely want to put is tote number. Okay. So braces, tote _number, and then close braces. This will make sure that the shipping label has the tote number printed on it, so you know which tote the shipping label is for. Okay, so that's important. And then for the other ones, you can put whatever you want, whatever you feel is helpful, or you can leave them empty if you want. Okay, here are all the different values that you can pick from. All right, so that's number 1. And the second thing you want to do is you want to hop on to the totes section here, totes tab. And you want to change the setup to use virtual totes. This is the default setting, but if it's set to I will manually create my totes, you want to go ahead and switch it back to use virtual totes. Once that's in place, you're ready to pick and pack. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new pick set. And you can give it whatever name you want. So this lets me configure how many orders I want to include in the pick set. So in my case, in the example that I was sharing with you, where I have 100 orders awaiting shipping and 3 shippers, I would create 3 pick sets with 33 orders each so that the orders are equally divided among the 3 shippers. Okay, you can also assign it to a specific user if you want. You can also restrict it to a specific location. To all the orders, all the items that are located in a specific section. So in this case, if I say A1, then it will pick all the items whose location starts with A1. All right. You can also specify the min quantity to pick. So I can say that, give me all the orders that have at least 2 items. So all my multi-orders, this would pick all the orders that have multiple items. The other is max weight. So this is like a lot of customers want to go ahead and take care of USPS first class first, and then the remaining ones. So if I say max weight 1 pound, it's going to include only those orders, only those items that are all below 1 pound. So this way I can take care of all my USPS first and then do my UPS, FedEx, and so forth. Okay. Another nice option, basically. You can also specify the selling channel for which you want to pick orders. So you can say all, which will pick all your orders across all channels, or you can specify Amazon or eBay or a specific selling channel. Okay, those are all the different options. In my case, I'm going to clear everything out because I want to pick all the orders that are awaiting picking. I don't want to restrict it by any specific criteria. And I'm going to click create. Okay, so it's populating right now. It takes a few minutes. All right, so the pick set has now finished populating. As you can see, these are all the items that are inside this pick set. Let's take a quick look at what we're looking at here. So as you can see, for each item, the image has been populated. along with the title, the SKU, the barcode, condition. It also tells you the orders that contain this item, okay, and how many quantities there are for each one. It tells you the pick location, so the location where this item is located, where you need to go pick it, the total items that you need to pick, and how many have you picked so far and how many are remaining. The nice thing is that for items with more than one quantity, the quantity is highlighted and the text is made a little bit bigger so that you don't miss it. You see, this is 1 and this is 2. You see the 2 is a little bit bigger so that you don't miss it. Same thing here. For this specific order, we need to pick a quantity of 2 for these 2 items. So you see the 2 is a little bit bigger with a different background and a different font color so that you don't miss it. Okay. Notice that for each of these, a tote has not been assigned. So what we need to do now is we need to automatically assign totes for each of these items. So that when we go and when we pick this item, we know which tote to put it inside, okay, or a box to put it inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on more actions here and then click on auto assign totes. All right, it gives a little confirmation. We say yes, we want to do it. And it's going to run this in the background and assign the totes. It only takes a few seconds and it's done. And as you can see, it's telling me that, hey, go pick this item, get 2 of them, put one of them in tote number 1 and another one in tote number 2. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to get some brown, I don't have actual plastic totes. So I'm just going to grab some brown boxes that I use for shipping. And I'm going to write down number 1 on one of those boxes and number 2 on the other box with using a marker. Okay, so that it's easily visible. It's clearly visible. Okay. And I'm going to, in my rolling cart, I have 25 slots. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to create 25 boxes, number 1, number 2, number 3, and so forth. Now in this case, because I only have 4 orders to ship out, I don't need 25 boxes. I only need 4 boxes. So I'm going to create 4 boxes and label each one of them. All right, now I'm going to go in my warehouse and notice how this pick set is also organized and sorted by location, so that I start with A1 and I end with B1, going in alphabetical order, so that I'm going in a straight line in my warehouse and picking the items as I go. So I'll stop at bin 1, I'll pick 2 quantities, put one in box number 1 and another in box number 2. Then I'm going to make my way down to bin number 5, still in the A1 section. There's only one item to pick here, so I'm going to pick it, and it tells me put it in tote 4, so I'm going to put it in box number 4. Then I'm going to go make my way down to B1, bin 2, and here I have to pick 5 items, 5 quantities, so I'm going to pick 5 of them. I'm going to put 2 of them in tote number 2, 2 of them in tote number 3, and 1 of them in tote number 4. And once I'm done picking all of them, then I'll just mark them as I'm going through the warehouse and I'm picking these items. I also mark them as picked, mark as picked, and mark as picked. Okay, now they've all been picked. Now I'm ready to ship, so I'm going to click ready to ship. Okay, so now this is my orders page where you see for each order the tote has been assigned, right? And I'm just going to come in here, click on select this page, and then create shipping labels to go ahead and print my shipping labels. Right, because this is a test system, I have to do this. In production. In the live system, you won't need to do this. Everything would be automatically populated for you. These are all fake addresses, and that's why it's not working. I'm just gonna mark it as valid to get get rid of that error. Hopefully that should do it. All right, cool. So they're all marked as valid now, and as you can see, it populated the shipping rates automatically. Now I'm going to click on next, and I'm going to click on create shipping labels. And now it's purchasing my labels in the background for me. Okay, and then I can just download the labels. I'm not going to print them in this case, but I'm going to open them for you. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my shipments and shipment batches, batch number 10, download labels. And actually, I guess I can save them and open them up. All right, and as you can see, these are all the fake shipping labels that the system generated. They all say void on them. Here's the thing to notice. You see here, the first one, that's the tote number. This is for tote number 3. So we can start from here, right? Tote number 1, tote number 2, tote number 4, and tote number 3, right? So it tells you the tote number right on the label. So you know which item this belongs to, okay? That's it. So now I bulk printed my shipping labels as well, and the tote numbers are on them. So I know exactly which shipment which order this label is for. Okay, now the final step is verification. So what I'm going to do is go back into my pick and pack, my pick set. And I'm going to, you can do one of two things. You can either print pack slips for each of your orders. Okay. So these are the pack slips for all 4 orders. Or if you don't want to pick pack slips, you can print order barcodes. The advantage here is that it's just one page with all your orders versus pick slip. If you print pack slips, you get a separate page for each order. So it's a lot more paper versus this is a lot less paper. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and pick this, print this, and now I have a barcode for each of my labels. So in my verification step, I'm going to go ahead and verify them. The way you verify them is you click on this and you click on pack verification. And here you scan your order. So let me show you what that looks like. And as you can see, it's telling me order successfully located. Here's the order. Here's the ship to. This order has 1 item. Please scan the item now to verify them below. So now I can basically go ahead and scan the item to verify that I am packing the right item. So let me go ahead and take care of that. And as you can see, all items successfully verified, ready to scan next order. And at this point, I am now ready to ship out this order. I've already verified that it has the right items. And now I'm ready to scan my next order. And I'll go ahead and scan my next order and all the items that belong to it. All right, and then you just finish scanning all your orders and all your order items, getting everything verified, and you're ready to ship everything out. And you're done with pick and pack for the day. Well, I hope this episode gave you some clarity into what a good pick and pack process looks like. If you want to implement this process for your business so you can ship items 10x faster with 0 mistakes, head on over to SellerChamp.com and sign up for a free demo. If you found value in this episode, please hit the like button. YouTube just loves it when you do that. If you want to watch more episodes like this, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified the next time I drop an episode on my YouTube channel. This is Nizar Noorani with SellerChamp, and I'll see you on my next episode.